Hey friendos, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Matt, and we are back with the 10-year anniversary. Woohoo! No party streamers here, unfortunately. Sorry, 3RL. So let's get in. Okay, so straight away we get pop-ups for the secret shop, so aka the bingo. So we'll have a look at that in a bit. 365 daily tier 4 materials. Damn. Okay, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty poggers. The seasonal uniform ticket, obviously we went through that yesterday in the update. The 10-year anniversary agent training center. Oh, so this is your code to invite friends. And if they complete missions and you complete missions, yeah, let's copy that. Your daily missions and their daily missions. So it doesn't, I don't think it matters. The friend just has to like do things that are very generic, so it doesn't have to be someone who's brand new to the game. You don't have to worry about, oh, I have to find like 5 or 10 new people who have never played the game before. No, it can be anyone because the stuff is very basic. Just checking in, do world boss, play multiverse invade. This is like your basic dailies that you should be doing anyway. Okay, so there's my code there. If you guys want to join up, use my code. Awesome. I don't think it matters who gets what, but there you go. You participate in things, you get these things, so you're getting the tier 4s from what you're doing, and then the friend, so it doesn't matter which way around, you know. So let's get that out of the way first, okay, before we actually dive in. So let's get into the actual main update itself. When we finally load, we just got the orange circle of doom. Come on, this is like dial-up speeds. Okay, so we have our 10-day check-in event. Now we're going to call this the do's and don'ts in this first impressions, because I imagine there's a lot of people who are going to be overwhelmed by the sheer number of stuff going on, including me. You know, it's very easy to get overstimulated when there is so much happening in game, and it can be quite confusing when you've got your dailies to do and so much other stuff, and then in a week or so's time you end up thinking, shit, I missed out on X, Y and Z. Okay, so yeah, we have the pop-up for the new update. Conquest, yay, that's nice. So I get my mythic box. We shall have a look and see if we got anything nice and exciting in there, because obviously that's a new one. We have a couple of characters whose potential can be awakened, but let's start off. I like to break it down by going through the different tabs rather than looking at everything all at once, which can be a bit overwhelming. So let's have a look. We have world event going on. We don't need to worry about that. Dimension rift, don't care about that too much right now. We have the timeline quest. So we knew that that was going to be coming. We have a full stack of 10, and then we get another token every hour. So we just get another story, this time with Baron Zemo, as it should be. I really hope he's in the movie. If he is, they've kept it very secret, but I really hope he's in the movie. Time has come, time to reveal the Avengers' dark side. Bucky and Taskmaster go to the secret weapons factory and find out what Hawkeye is after. Copy that. So they're going after the Dark Avengers. Alexei and Walker, I need you to stop Logan Dakan from harming people. And some show those capital is big as the strength of the Valkyrs. Enough of the Communist Manifesto, the rest of you head to Stark Tower. Tony I know wouldn't do such things, there must be a reason for it. Well, hold on, Sentry, you're on both teams here if we're going with the Dark Avengers from the Epic Quest. I've infiltrated all kinds of places, Stark Tower won't be easy. Yeah, okay. So we will not worry about going through that right now. I think it's just easier just to play a couple of missions just to get stuff out of the way, and just so that we open up that first token so it can be refreshed in an hour. So we're not going to worry too much about that. So we have the special pass. That's just the future pass. Okay, so there's nothing too exciting about it. We have daily challenges, which is stuff that you should be doing anyway. GBR, world event, participating. That's easy. We can go in and do world event without actually doing world event. You just click on ready, and okay, and that counts. Okay, just like when you're doing the Cosmic Core event, you get the 50 points for it. You don't even have to actually start now. We can just back out and back out. Okay. We have bonus missions. We have the crystal spending event for the anniversary. It's nice that it's starting on the same day. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it will start like a few days after, and then people who have already spent the crystals and they'll be like, oh man, I missed out. Well, here it's starting day 1, so that's really cool. And then we have the growth bonus things for getting characters to tier 4 and getting their uniforms to, you know, legendary, etc, etc. So that's always nice. So we have the special pass, and then we have the future pass, which is just the very much a you know, you claim this for doing your normal daily stuff. You have a tier 3 selector, which goes with our tier 4 selector, which you get when you just open up the game for the first time. We have craft event and shared archive event, and obviously the crystal check-in event. So let's go to the shield archive event. Let's see what we have to do. We have to get 10 lunar headsets, 10 Sharon shields, and 10 crescent masks. Okay, so we have to get those from, where do we get those from? Does it tell us where to get them from? No. That just says combine. This one says location. Okay, so from dimension mission. This one from dispatch mission. So where are these ones from? It just says combine data. Wow, I guess they messed up on that one. We'll have to look into that and find out where that one is going. What's, oh, that's a 7th year one. I don't know. Maybe that's just a login event. Ooh, today's gift. Sure. Oh, that's the draw the daily gift box thing. Yeah, 10% discount coupon code. Wonderful. And then we have the bingo shop. So let's have a look and see what we get. So for level 1, let's have a look. No, here we go. So level 1, select a CTP. Level 3 is the mighty. Level 5 is the brilliant. And level 6 is a fully awakened sword. Damn, that's nice. Now, considering you're getting 10,000 free crystals, it would be foolish not to partake in this. At least for the first board, get that first CTP selector, and you can get yourself a nice conquest. You can get yourself a rage, you can get yourself a liberation, all the ones that are really difficult to get otherwise. So yeah, I think that is something that you should be looking at. However, depending on where you are in game, it may or may not be the first thing that you want to consider. Considering we're getting 10,000 free crystals, a lot of you may have already decided that you've spent that in your head with different uniforms, etc., which is absolutely fine. That's not a problem. Okay, so crafting event. What is this? Anti-void serum. Okay, and where do we get these from? The timeline quest, Thunderbolts versus Avengers. Okay. So we have to keep playing that to do that. So in terms of the events, that's pretty much everything. Now let's go into the inbox and see what we've got. So we got our contribution mythic reward. Yo! How nice is that? Yo, I'm telling you guys. Yeah, you gotta play and do these game modes. We just got a free tier 2 mega ticket. Okay, we got a Thunderbolts gift chest, and we got, yo, ghost bios? That's awesome. We've got Ghost twice. Considering she's the premium character, that's amazing. I hope that everyone else has that same luck, because that will give you either the character if you don't have them, or if you have the character, that's their uniform bios. That's amazing. Okay, so we're just going to collect our other gifts here, and then we go in. So we have one uniform ticket, which is good for only tier 1 characters. You can't use it on native tier 2s or tier 3s, unfortunately. You can't use it on seasonals, so don't get those confused and then start wondering why. We have the tier 3 selector, which is pretty much just the free characters. There's no one here who sort of hasn't been available to you before. It doesn't look like they really increased the pool here either of new characters. If they have, it's only Scarlet Spider, I think, and Taskmaster. But honestly, it's been such a long time. Oh, and Sister Grimm. None of those are any good, really, with the exception of Taskmaster. I mean, Taskmaster is obviously great because he's a support. And for me personally, it doesn't make a difference which one I pick up because I have all of these. So I'm just going to get Taskmaster for the bios. Okay, and then it's going to be the same for the tier 4s. We're just going to get the very first kind of... So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. Okay, so there's 14 characters who've got their tier 4s. That's... Oh, okay, this is just all the other characters. I was just having a quick look to see if there were any sort of like clues as to who would be getting a tier 4 next based on their positioning. And the fact that Taskmaster is there, I was like, oh, does this prove that we're getting him as a tier 4? But no, I think these are just the characters that I've got highlighted. So, if you have a character, you select them, you'll get, again, tier 4 materials and rewards. We have most of these. I think we've got Storm and Ant-Man at level 80. Now, considering that I do think she's going to get her new uniform for X-Men 97, I'm going to select Storm. Well, that could be a gamble, but it's one we're willing to make. Okay, so we're picking Storm. We don't have the seasonal uniform, which is why she shows up in this one. But again, I'm hoping, it's been a long time since Storm got her seasonal uniform. I think she's due for a new one soon, and I do think we'll be getting that X-Men 97. So yeah, we'll just share that with the Alliance, let them know that I got Storm. Okay, and we get some gold back for that as well. So, we get a whole bunch of other rewards, so we're not going to worry about those. That's just some admin gifts, some tier 4 materials, etc. So now we have actual new game modes. Well, a game mode. Team Battle Arena, Team Arena Battle. Greetings, welcome to the Cosmic Game Room. I can't do, I can't do a, what's his face? Ian Malcolm accent. Oh my god, and now I can't even remember his name. Jeff Goldblum. Now you'll be fighting for your life here. Oh, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm the Grandmaster. And I'm overseeing this team battle arena by teleporting contestants even if they don't want to. In fact, I made a bet with a friend who oversees Death, to save my brother Tiven. Ooh, is Lady Death coming in? We're going to see her in game finally. Now you'll fight heroes from other dimensions. You might even fight yourself from across the multiverse. No, we're done with the multiverse. Did you not listen to Deadpool? I'm counting on you. The fate of your world is in your hand. So the Professor is already top. In fact, we're seeing the usual suspects. All the bigger dogs at the top of the yard already. So we can have the cost of each character is shown. Yep. So can we, yeah, and we can set a hidden team. We know this. And then we search for opponents. Yes. And then you can refresh. Yes. So it's pretty much the same as Otherworld Battle. So we have a cost of 100. You can see we have some characters that are 35. So you cannot set 335 because it exceeds the cost. But you can do 2 natty tier 2s and a tier 3. So that's nice. So you want to be theming your teams around what they offer a little bit more than you might necessarily want to before. Obviously, if you're going with the tier 3s, that's 45. That's 80. Then you're only left with 20. I don't even know if there is any characters who are going to be 20s. No. Because even the transcendent characters are 25s. So you can't do that. If you're going with a tier 3, you have to have 2 tier 1s with it. Which is going to open up a lot of like support teams. So let us just start with Thanos, and who can go with Thanos? Let's give him... Who shall we give him? Questions. I'll go with Ghost Rider because he has immortality, and you're never going to know who you want to face. And Quicksilver. Oh, a leader character must be assigned. Did I not assign him as leader? What is this? A leader must be assigned. Does this mean someone with the leadership? How do you assign them as leader? I have no idea. Well, this is embarrassing, isn't it? Okay. Wow, you can tell that this is live, chat. Hidden team settings. We'll make that team 5. Okay, yes, they will be hidden. So we go in team formation. Select characters. I am completely freaking confused here now, because now I'm like spamming the character thing and it's not even let me do anything. Okay, you know what? Clearly there's something going on there. We're going to have to just come back to that once I've had a look. I'll probably have to look at someone else's videos or check the forums and see what is going on with that. Yeah, well that was some good. We were meant to be doing first impressions. Do you know what? Let's just pause and we shall come back in a sec. Okay, well we've had a quick look, can't find anything. So if you guys want to let me know what's going wrong, why I can't like lock in a leader character, then by all means please let me know. Unless it's one of these things where I have to lock in a leader for all 5 teams. And then it will let me save. Yeah, of course it is. How freaking stupid. Obviously, he says, without it being obvious at all. So you have to lock in your 5 leaders first. You can't just save each team as you go along. Okay, well that's good. At least now we know. And obviously knowing is half the battle. So obviously we're going to get rid of now because we don't want you as a leader in our team. Thanks very much. We're gonna have ourselves some big boys. So where are you? Carnage. I can't see for the life of me. There. Carnage and Silver Surfer. And Agent Venom. So that's another team there. We're just throwing in teams at the moment, guys. I'm not going to worry too much about that until after reset, just so we get today's stuff out of the way. Unless it says you can't change your teams afterwards, in which case that would be problematic. Leaders. Let's have Null there with Gwenpool and Magic. And then our 15, Jean. Okay, we finally worked it out. Okay, well that's good. We're doing this live, okay? So you can tell this is how it is. And then you search for an opponent. It doesn't matter who. Yeah, whatever. We're just using it to sort of show how the game goes. Okay? This is not very smooth, but this is reality. This is how these things go. And it's just as well I was doing this whilst recording, because otherwise I'd be stressing out. Oh, so you can actually skip the battle scene. Some skips can be used for fast combat. That's nice. Let's have that clicked on for future. But then that just leads to a black screen. No, it just takes that long to... No, that was the next battle. It just went straight to the next battle. Wow, it takes forever though. I don't really like that, because with just a black screen and it takes such a long time, it just makes you feel, oh, has the game crashed? What's going on? So we might have to uncheck that. But there, we got our points, we got our first win. There we go, it's all done. And yeah, and then we go on. We have 10 opponents a day, so it's just like timeline battle. I'm guessing you can pay to refresh, or you can just obviously pick the highest teams to get the most points. I'm guessing that's how Professor got straight to #1. But there we go. Yeah, so we first did our first battle. Congratulations to me. So that is all in terms of the actual game mode. Then we have obviously all the new uniforms, and everything is half price. Like I say, all the seasonals are available, which is why they're taking up space at the top. As you can see, I never buy them because boo seasonals. Although it sucks that you have to buy a seasonal ticket to get the male ones, which are normally just crystal cost, especially since we know that some of these have been discounted. Yeah, so I would avoid buying any male uniform if you can help it, unless they bring out a tier 4 Phil Coulson in the next update. Well, even then that won't be in time, will it? Because they have a very limited shelf life, these tickets, I believe. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to buy Bob, obviously. Been hearing mixed things. I did quickly sneak into Alex's stream earlier, and apparently he is good, but not necessarily on auto. He looks like he could be one that has to be played manually. So we'll have to check that out, but I won't do that in this video because we're already going long and I don't want to keep you guys too long. And you know what, we're going to get Red Guardians as well, because why not? We might as well. We've obviously been after these ones, and I'm getting the old Blade one just because he is a useful optional for a couple of characters, and more importantly I want to get that Midnight Suns collection up, and he was one of the characters that I was missing, so I'm literally just doing it for the team up collection because I need to get that uniform to rare. So we'll be doing that later. Okay, so that's pretty much everything in terms of first impressions. Like I say, you want to be focusing on what you need to do and what you want to do first, by all means. You know, if you want to be buying epic quests or you want to be buying uniforms. Me personally, I may finally now bite the bullet, now that we got that huge 10,000 tokens for free. I may actually go ahead and get myself the deluxe pack and get myself Richard Rider, and we'll obviously get a few crystals back for that one as well. I think all that's left to do now is look at the store and see what sales we have. So we have got a 10-year gold relay. Yo, what's this? So they've got 10,000, 100,000, and then 1,000,000. And what does that get you? A second potential realization ticket. That's not bad. That's not bad for what it is. You can either choose tier 2 materials, a 6-star character, or an X gene selector. Obviously it's only going to be the standard characters, so you aren't going to get any premium characters here. We would like to prove that if the game would actually load. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's just 100 bios or 100 X genes. Then the next one is either a tier 2 selector or either tier 3 materials with the Essence of Dimension and Titan component packs, or the Awakening crystals if you want to get a Transcended character. So that one's pretty awesome. This one, for crystals, yeah, a tier 2 selector or emblem chest, heroic to mythic. Oh man. Or like a couple of days worth of tier 4 materials. That's really good. That's really good. And then what's in this one? Either a 5-star, a bunch of tier 4 materials, or a 4-star. I'm guessing it's not a selector, it's just a random chest. And this one gets you either an Odin's Blessing. Does it include the new OBs? It does. So we have those, which we only really want the fire damage. But that's still interesting. So you can get yourself a whole bunch of tier 4 materials. That's nice. Both of those are really, really nice. Okay, we have, for £10, we have two, or obviously whatever you, I think that's going to be like $14, or $13 American, 14 Canadian. You get yourself a whopping 2,750 crystals, which is very nice. That's basically the same as a Stark Stash, but all in one. We have the 10-year crafted card, so a premium crafted card, including the new zombies and the new Ghost Rider, which is nice. 1 million gold, 500 crystal. That's really good price. If you haven't, you know, if you're coming back to the game or whatever, that's really good. And then we have a premium character selector. I mean, I don't think these are really as worth it, but again, your mileage will vary depending on what you need. Tier 4 character. Okay, none of these look very amazing. Stage deals, seasonal uniform pack. So to get a seasonal uniform, it's £30, which is what it would cost you if you were buying it day one and weren't waiting for the 10 crystals, so that makes sense. You do get 3 million gold. I think you could have made that 10 million gold, to be honest. Level 5 uniform XP chips, you could have made that 100, that wouldn't have made a difference. 1,000 crystals. For what you're buying, considering you're not getting any of the other benefits like you would with the other packs when you're buying them to get the tokens, considering that it is a catch-up thing and it's not something they normally do, I think you probably could have at least made that 1,500. But again, you're only buying this for Luna, so if Luna is worth that much to you, then, you know, go for it, guys. Fill your boosts. We then have all the usual stuff, so if you want to get a chance of getting a brilliant, etc., whichever CTP you want, it's most likely going to be mighty, but there is a chance that it could be a brilliant. Anything else here? Not really anything amazing here. Update hot deals, 100 million gold, and then the unequips. Chance up for all CTPs. Mythic emblems available. I'm gonna put some money into this, I think. I might just do a temple just to see what we get. Nothing. Well, it was worth seeing just to see. Yeah, currency. So this is the big one, obviously. Usually it's crystals. What are we gonna get in crystals? It looks like that first one with the bonus 1650 is probably going to be the only good one here. Everything else looks pretty by the numbers. Okay, so there we go. I think we're going to cut it there because wow, we have gone on for half an hour, and I need to do all my dailies still. So yeah, that is the first look. It took us a while to work out the team arena battle. Hopefully it didn't take you guys as long. And yeah, hopefully you guys can also get yourselves some friends for the friend support missions. Is that on the main page here as well? Agent Training Center. Yeah, okay, so there's my code. You guys, if you want to jump in, if you want to have some friends, obviously, like I say, doesn't have to be a brand new player, can be veterans, can be whales, can be anyone in between. Free to play, doesn't matter, because all you're doing is you're doing your missions for the tier 4 materials, your friend does their missions, and you get some tier 2 and tier 3 rewards. Okay, so it's free for everyone, there's nothing to be worried about. If you want to hit my code, hit us up, and until then, I shall catch you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye for now.
We await your return, warrior.